Hello, welcome back. It's been a little while. So we've just been really busy the past few weeks, like just between juggling the 3 kids and working and all of that. It's just been a lot going on. Welcome if you're brand new here and this is your first video. We are a family of 5. We live in Australia. We're in South Australia. It's myself, my partner, and we have 3 children. So we've got a school-age child, we've got a pre-kindy child, and a little baby. So that's the ages that we're sort of dealing with. And this year, we're on a massive journey to try and reduce down some debt, save up some money so that we can hopefully do something with our house, buy another house, renovate this house. We're not too sure. Let's just jump in and see what's been going on. So I can't remember the last time I was on here. I think that's right. I'd closed out the previous week and I never got around to doing my video with my my oldest daughter. She usually helps me do our challenges, so I've still got sitting here, like we haven't done it now for 2 weeks. I've still got sitting here the money to go into the kids' envelopes, and I ended up just stuffing the other ones just myself. So you can see here, I just did week 3 and the little extra one on the challenge, and I'm just going to change my light over here a bit so we can try to have a bit more light coming over this side. So yes, week 3 and the little extra, the penguin, and I think I did then have to do one for the YouTube. I can't really recall. It seems like so long ago. It really throws us out when we have public holidays, and being in South Australia, we had one last week, and that's what threw my week out, because when we have public holidays, my partner doesn't get his day off, which then means I can't work on a Tuesday, and like it just, so it ended up, I worked on Wednesday. We put the kids into childcare for an extra day. I worked then the Wednesday and the Friday, so we were just completely out of our normal routine. And then we've got the money in holiday. I don't think any extra has gone in or come out. School, and then our car one, which we're just helping to keep track of like what we've saved for paying off our vehicle. So I still have to go to the bank today and get my in-between money out. So what I do is the difference between our budget and our actual, because it's already accounted for, I take that to use in my challenges. So there's a lot in there this week that is going to fund the whole thing. I'm not going to contribute any extra out of the budget anywhere else. You'll see here, because we got paid, it was a really good pay for ourselves. And then we actually had rent come in, which I wasn't expecting. And the other, we had some money sitting in the redraw. So I've pulled that out just to go towards the emergency fund. So we had basically, you know, it's not quite double, but it feels like almost double the amount of money that we thought we were going to have for the fortnight. So I've then put a little bit of extra money into each of these. So this $100 for the holiday, I'm going to pull out in cash to put into the cash envelope. We ended the week with having some money. We've got $50 left over from our food envelope. So as you know, I've cut back. We were doing 200, and I wanted to try and see if we could get away with doing 170 instead for each week. And we've got 50 left over, so that's good. And we had to, the other night, some meat that I had bought from Aldi. We opened it up and it wasn't quite right. It wasn't out of date yet, but it had been in the fridge for quite a bit. We had nothing else, so we actually just looked in the cupboard and we used like a can of black beans, a can of tomatoes, you know, cut up some carrot and onion, mix that all in to make a sauce with some pasta, and had like a vegetarian style pasta. And the kids had something for leftovers, I think, that had just enough for them. They might have even just had sandwiches that night for tea, just to get by, because it was too late to go to the shop. So, but yeah, we've still got a bit of money left, and I have a feeling that my partner might still have a bit of money in his wallet. The house has nothing, so that hadn't been topped up since I took the money out. I think I bought that clothes steamer gifts. That's growing nicely, but we are encroaching now birthday season with everyone, you know, in our family, but our extended family as well, and little one's friends at school having birthdays. So that'll be getting some use soon enough. And the medical, that's just the same. I'm not going to pull out any of the money from these to fund the challenges, because it would be nice to build those up for another week. So then you can see here, we've just had standard bills. Now, I believe our mortgage, no, it's still not gone up yet. So as you can see, I'm budgeting for extra in case it goes up. We did get a letter in the mail the other day. One of our mortgage loans are going up, and it's going to affect us by like $1 a week. So, you know, potentially it's not going to make any difference to us, because I've been budgeting that extra well and truly. We actually did go to the bank excuse me, yesterday, just to sort of see where we're at, and the lady then said that interest rates had gone up again only that morning at the bank. So no doubt we'll be seeing another letter in the next few days. Childcare came in a lot cheaper, I guess just being the public holiday, because we don't pay for public holidays. I don't know, it just doesn't really seem right, but I think we might have had a credit from the week before, so potentially that's why it's even lower, because usually it's about $57, so $20 cheaper. And yeah, so the groceries, fuel, house, medical fund, just sort of standard amounts, nothing crazy. I decided not to do any extra to the car loan. I'm going to roll that bigger amount over. So then that's the end of this week. And I had a note here, I only needed a minimum rollover of $1,590, and we had $2,171. So there's a few other things that we've got to add on. We had the car fixed a little while back, and I think when my partner paid that, he used the money that we've been putting aside for this vehicle loan, because it's in one of like his accounts, so I think he used that. We need to top that back up. Our power bill has come in for the month, and it's just really high, so I'm going to extend that bill out, so we've got a little bit longer to pay it, and I'm going to do half this week and then half the next week in the new pay. We're in credit with Osh, but I do like to just keep, you know, paying money over to them just to keep it moving. So groceries, we're going to do $170 again, because we've got that $50 to roll over from our grocery envelope. $20 for fuel again, $20 for house, $20 for medical, $40 for fun, and that's fun and gifts. So like I said, we're coming into the season now, lots of birthdays. And then here's what we had budgeted. We said we were going to do $300 into the emergency fund and $130 into the car loan to write it all back to zero. Now, if you've watched here before, you know what I like to do is have all of these paid before I make a decision about any extra money that we've got, how it's going to get divvied up into here. So I never commit to what I'm doing here until either Tuesday night or Wednesday morning when I'm closing it out. Just depends when I get to it. So that's where we're at so far with this week. Now, when we were at the bank yesterday, we were speaking to the lady about our vehicle loan. And we were like, can we, you know, speak to someone about getting a personal loan to pay this off, because as you'll know, we can't see this anywhere. We have no access to it via an internet banking, and if we want to make extra payments direct to it, there's a fee. So we just want to pay it off and have it on our own banking, like the app, so we can see it and we can put extra money to it. So all these little extra bits that we're doing, we can actually put in straight to the loan and visually watching it tick down, tick down, tick down. And so by now, there should be well and truly under $10,000 because of the extra money that we've got set aside. So I think we're going to see the bank then in 2 weeks to get that sorted. So that'll be really good. Really excited about that. I know that it's just taking one debt and moving it somewhere else. But she said now with the loans that they can do, there's no fee for paying it off early. There's no fee for like extra payments. So I think it's just going to be better for us. The interest might be a little bit higher, but I just want it to go away. I want it to be gone. We obviously went to the bank to speak about either buying another property or renovating this one. And at this stage, just because I've just come back in from maternity leave and my year to date on my pay slips doesn't look great because there's 6 months missing, basically where I had the time off and the money was paid direct to me because I didn't think I was going to go back to work. So the money got paid direct to me, but then I did end up going back to work. So that's not on my pay slip. So the bank couldn't really, like, just for her estimate of what she was doing, it was hard to see. And she said, like, it would probably be really difficult to put it through. And then with my partner, he only started the job in February. It's just hard again because he's only had like 4 months that he's been working there. So his year to date on his payslip was not good either. So they were sort of like, well, because you both get paid bonuses and he gets commissions, there's no year to date sort of total that they can work with for that. So she said, look, just keep doing what you're doing. You're like doing a really great job, and come back, you know, in the new financial year at about the same time. So maybe next year at this time, go back in and see what we can do. So, I mean, by then we'll have this loan paid off and we may have one of our mortgages paid down quite significantly. So, like, it was a little bit disappointing, but we knew that we weren't going to be able to go in and get like $500,000. Having the 3 kids, it's just really hard because they eat into your cost of living, you know, dependence, and they can't give you an actual figure. They can't say like, well, each child, we look at as a bank and we say that child eats into, you know, $10,000 of what you earn. There's no real way to work it out. But really, she said, from what we want to do, we only needed $1,000 more in for our income to make that happen, which should be easy to achieve. So once we have a better, you know, many months have gone by on that year to date on the pay slips, once they've got a better, you know, picture they can make of all of that, I don't see there being any problem for us trying to do what we want to do. It's just a waiting game, but I mean, it's not bad because we've got a plan and we're watching the debt like fall away. So yeah, it's exciting still. Even though we couldn't do anything this time, it's still very exciting. You know, we're building up savings, you know, which we'd never had before, and we're paying off debt and we're still like enjoying life. So it's really good, but it's definitely, you know, been a hard process to get to this point. But you know, you can see, looking back through all the months of our workbook here, you know, just how far we've come. So it's really good. I really like it. And this book has been amazing. It is I think I have a link in every video. It's the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mum. Now, being here in Australia, it was expensive to get it over here because is very heavy, and to pay for shipping from the US to here, it was really expensive. But I credit this to having helped us pay off as much of the debt as we have had. Without this, I don't think it would have been possible to have achieved that. So, you know, if you're thinking about starting a budget for yourself, go to the Budget Mum's website. She's actually got lots of stuff in the free resources, and I think she even has a template of this part in her free section, where you can go in, you know, and download it and have your own copy to work these things out. If you're anything like me, I tried like 5 different other budgets before I found this one. So, you know, if you've tried before and it didn't quite work for you, don't give up. Keep going until you find that one that does work. You will get there, and, you know, you have the power and the ability to change your own life. You know, just find that tool that helps you get there. But look, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thank you very much. I'm sorry it's been so long in between videos. Hopefully I will get my eldest to help me stuff that money tonight. I'm going to go to the bank once the baby wakes up from his nap, now that we've finished our work from home for the day. And hopefully we'll have another video up for you very soon after this one's posted. So everyone, look after yourself. It's getting, you know, nasty wintry weather here in South Australia, and the germs are just around everywhere with the flu, not just, you know, not just COVID now, it's the flu. So, you know, look after yourself, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you. Bye.